What's up, Batman? Hello. Yes, too much stress, it just fell off. Yeah, this is streaming attempt number 2. The first attempt died because of the bad internet, but I've run some upload tests for like multiple minutes now and it seems like it's all good. So maybe we can finally get something out of it. Yeah, it's 4 minutes and I'm not dropping any frames, so that's a good sign. Yeah. Yeah, so on my first, well, stream, wait, I need to launch my bot. But yeah, I'm working on profile and settings related UI today. On my first stream attempt, I implemented saving the settings to disk. So now if I add new stuff, and yesterday I implemented like a proper profile selection. Oh shit. Yeah, I fucked something up. It should kind of... Yeah, it should store stuff to disk. Yeah, and I think I screwed something up when I select a new profile. It is here. Wait, I think when I click add new profile, yeah, when I click add new profile, I don't add an array to profiles. So yeah, I think I probably fat fingered and deleted it or something. Well, here. No, not here, here. No, actually here it is. Array add. This should work. Wait, what? Yeah, and now I think settings are fucked. Yeah, look at that. So I have like 2 profiles with the same, for the same program. Right? Yeah. Yeah, I broke it. Yeah, I kind of screwed it up because I was struggling against the frame rate, and dropped frames. So I kind of just abruptly ended the stream and didn't like properly brush it off. So I guess I'm gonna do it all right now. Let's just arrange windows sort of like that so I can open my settings file here and see. So I don't have an active profile here, right? So none of the profiles is active. I can fix it for now by just smashing it here, right? And now it launches. When I add new profile, you see like something should appear over here, like a new profile should get added. And it doesn't, because the platform isn't getting set correctly because of this check. That's the thing, right? And I need to fix that. So where is it? Add profile, yeah. So we add a new profile, right? And we need to do like new profile dot platform equals something like that. I think that's it, right? Yeah, you see now it works. We have a pulsating button. I can click it here and instantly new profile got added. And if I add mapping, for example, I want the opposite from like left arrow to right arrow, bam. We got a mapping in the settings. So what I do is I just fully rewrite settings after I change anything about the active configuration. I guess, you know, it kind of has a linear time. The more settings you have in a profile, the more it will have, the more it'll take to change those to disk, but I don't think it really matters. File systems are really fast, so we can support a lot of profiles before we hit a roadblock or something. Right, and so if I change an active profile here, this one becomes active. Yeah, so active. Oh. Yeah. What's up, Pimpus? Hello, welcome. That's a cool emote. I don't even need to to hover on top of it to know that it's one of Birdie's, right? Yeah, and yeah, true. I need to bundle SQLite. I mean, unironically though, right? If I need to support like tons of like hundreds of megabytes of profiles, right? Then I can ship database. Then I can ship a settings file as a SQLite database. But yeah, at the moment it would be a total overkill. Right, I'll just do this. I don't really expect people to edit it by hand, as I said on my previous, well, stream. Oh, thanks for the sub on YouTube with their flower. But yeah, for now this is totally fine, and I don't really know to ship as SQLite, even though I know that GUI has bindings for SQLite. Actually, probably multiple versions of them. Not like in the distribution, but just people did it. And now if I close the program, right, and I launch it again, yeah, we have it all saved. Epic. I can delete it. Nice. It doesn't, and I don't really want JSON. Like, why do I need a full-blown JSON parsing and serialization if, you know, I don't know, I just don't need it, I guess. It's a very simple custom format that I fully control. It is very easy to serialize and deserialize, right? So I just don't want, I guess, to use JSON for that. The only web-like module that GUI ships with is curl bindings, but there is a third-party JSON parser. Actually, there is a parser, but I don't think it serializes to JSON. At least I'm not sure if it does. Maybe it does. I haven't really looked into it. I never needed JSON before. Yeah. I don't know, I don't feel like I need JSON for this. Also, it's like, I mean, it doesn't really matter on this particular amount of scale, But surely parsing and serializing that is like orders of magnitude faster than JSON. Yeah, and also, you know, because I don't really have a custom routines to serialize my profile, so for now, this is all the logic. To bleed my entire settings to the file, it's like what? 20 lines of code, right? And together with error kind of handling. Right, so it's 321, 351, so it's 30 lines of code, but there is a lot of error handling and empty lines. So like that's it. I mean, I already parsed it here. Here, the parser. Here, like the entire parser, like that's it. What's like 100 lines of code, 165, not even 100. I don't know, it's 150 lines of code, yeah. and the greatest thing about it is that, I mean, 150 lines, I don't think it's chunky, and it has very descriptive error messages. Has very descriptive error messages. Even though I don't really know why I did it like that. I mean, why I did a lot of human readable error messages. I don't really expect people to mess with it by hand. But in case they do, they will have error messages. The only reason for now for people to edit the config by hand is that they want to reorder this, because for now I don't have an option to reorder here in the scrollable area. Maybe I need to add some kind of draggability here. Yeah. But you would still have to handle errors though, right? With JSON. And I don't know. I feel like it's just like I felt like doing that. It feels like JSON would be an overkill for that. I don't know. At the moment, I'm kind of thinking that so like for now, this program, it depends on OpenGL, right? This is it uses OpenGL for the UI drawing, and I'm thinking maybe I need to rewrite that to be completely software rendered. There's a pretty cool algorithm to only re-render a like kind of a segment that changed when you do software rendering, so that you don't consume too much CPU to re-render, which makes it very, very efficient. And I'm thinking maybe I need to do that. And the advantage of that is that I don't need to depend on any kind of graphics API. Right? Because then I can like guarantee that it will work in 99.9% of Linux distributions. Even if they have like OpenGL, even if I have the graphics kind of setup screwed up. But it's not like a pressing issue or anything. At the moment, I'd rather work on better UI. I don't know, not necessarily. You know, maybe like there are situations for sure where like games with Proton work fine, and because they rely on Steam runtime, libraries and a game scope. But then certain applications don't run correctly because they rely on kind of system OpenGL whatever, and sometimes it's kind of fucked because of driver bugs. Well, mainly because of driver bugs. Like some people run NVIDIA GPU on Wayland and then Zinc uses like software rendering and you have some artifacts or byte performance. Then like some people have some other setups, and I mean GPU accelerated stuff on Linux is a total fucking mess. And for example, if we see Alacrity, so this terminal, right? A user being Alacrity. If we see, it doesn't even link against OpenGL. You see, it doesn't really link against OpenGL. What it tries to do is the windowing library that Alacrity uses, Winit or something in Rust, it kind of tries to intelligently find what you have, right? It will look like, okay, are we running on Wayland? Are we running on X? And then depending on what it found out, it will try to load correct libraries with DL open and load correct kind of graphic backend. It uses Graphite though. I think libgraphite is OpenGL. Excuse me, right? Libgraphite, rendering engine for graphite fonts. No. It's just, this is just for font rendering. But yeah. And Harvbus is for font shaping. libxpat, I think this is XML. glib2, this is like math or something. Regular expressions, PNGs, font config to read like system fonts, and free type. So yeah, you can see it doesn't link against OpenGL explicitly. And this is specifically to kind of be a bit more intelligent about your system. And if we LDD my executable, let me open it like this. For now, it specifically links against GLX here and libgl dispatch. I mean, libgl dispatch is fine. This is like, generally speaking, this is what should make it work independently of the distro. If the distro is modern enough and the user didn't mess with it, technically, this is what you would use to kind of get correct bindings, no matter what distro setup you have. Like this one. I think it's provided by Mesa and it just loads an actual driver correctly. And libglx is what you would link if you only want X11 through libx. And this is what the GUI X11 module does under the hood. Just unconditionally. And this is probably the most kind of portable way to get graphic GPU acceleration on Linux. And also libgl, of course, this is kind of also a meta library or something. Like libgl and libgl dispatch is like what should technically make it work. But yeah, this is like, this can backfire for sure. It can also easily backfire. I mean, I'm running on Wayland. I use Wayland here. So the UI is rendered through X11, but the program is running on Wayland through X-Wayland. And when I'm adding like kind of new profiles, it only supports X11 Windows for now, native X11 Windows. I mean, because 99.99% of all games are X11, so I never really implemented Wayland protocols for detect currently opened programs. Yeah. But yeah, still this is kind of sketchy. Yeah, this is kind of sketchy. And it's definitely fixable. I can load those libraries at runtime. This is more or less what Alacrity does. And also Focus, the text editor that's written in GUI, also does it like that. It uses custom platform layer, which is the modified window creation that has buffed X11 and Wayland also backends, which kind of try to intelligently load the correct settings. So yeah, I think that's the future for this program, but it's not really a priority right now. Right now, I kind of have all the basic functionality in place. Fetching all the symbols from a DLL. If you you don't want to fetch all the symbols, that's kind of that's kind of the advantage of DL opening it, is that you have more compatibility if you only load the symbols that you need. Because for example, for now you can see that I link against libinput. Where is it? Here, libinput. I link against libinput, and this motherfucker is not that backwards compatible. When I try to compile my program on my laptop that sits next to it and right next to me, there were certain amount of symbols that just weren't presented, that just aren't present in my laptop, in libinput, right? And so by loading only what I need, I can save myself this headache. But yeah, I guess there is definitely a threshold after which loading them at runtime is slower than linking against the library. No, they both have Arch. They both have Arch. But I don't know, for some reason the libinput that's on my laptop just doesn't have those symbols. Maybe because the system is outdated. I haven't actually updated it in quite a few months. Maybe because it has like X11, so, and when you have X11 backend, maybe libinput that gets installed have like some like optimized for X11. I don't know. I really don't know. I'm just speculating here. But the fact is that these are different libraries. And you can easily imagine, you know, people in different distros having libinput packaged differently. I can also completely avoid it if I just statically compile libinput, right? Linux packagers hate this simple trick. Hate this one simple trick. So yeah, what I want to do now is maybe work on UI a bit, since serializing the settings happen to be super easy. Oh, I'm sorry. So there are multiple issues with UI in this current way. First, these drop downs are kind of, they don't look very good because this stuff gets cut out. Some newer languages prefer static linking because of that. Yeah. I mean, I think static linking in general is better. Is the best way to do that. Yeah, Linux packagers, they don't like static linking because security, you know. But for example, here I'm linking free type statically and it's fine. Fuck you. If there is an arbitrary code execution in free type 2.12.1, it's not my problem. Hey Alex, hello, welcome. But yeah, so maybe I work on a better drop down, not like better, but more beautiful. I was kind of thinking of having some kind of glyphs instead of this, instead of, you know, just straight up words. Maybe there will be some fancy like two-sided arrow, or like if neutral it's like a cross between them. And if it's remap, it's just like a one directional arrow. And when you click on it, you get some kind of radial menu that shows a possible selectors. Maybe something like that. Or maybe, yeah. What I mean is, where's... And then it's so opposite means that when you press A and D at the same time, the button you pressed last overrides the previous one. Right, so let me demonstrate it. Yeah, so kind of mutually exclusive. So by default, most games, they do it in a way that if you press opposite directions, your character just stops in place, right? But when the opposite, you get those perfect one-frame turnarounds, and you can own your opponents. Right, so I have a profile set up for Hollow Knight. Excuse me. So I can get this, like, I'm holding A. Did I not? WD opposite. Did I screw it up again? Or did I what? Let me go here. Oh, I think oh. So I hold D, I tap A, and I get this, like, crazy turnarounds. But for some reason, this doesn't work. I think I screwed something up. When I remap, yeah, I think when I'm remapping this. Yeah. I screwed up remapping yesterday when I was cleaning stuff up. Yeah, actually, this is default thing in Unity, so that I think if I remove WS here, also opposite, so by default, like, I'm holding W, so up, and I'm pressing down, nothing happens. But if I press down and hold up, like up, you know, suddenly wins. So, you know, it's like always up always wins, for some reason, right? They did precedence to W, but they don't handle it, the opposite. Yeah, it's weird. And so this program kind of lets you unify this across games. But I screwed up that. So when I remap the destination, it doesn't set the correct. Yeah, so when I press D, nothing happens. But A totally works. Yeah, so let's debug that, shall we? Let's debug that. Let's also add the opposite of WS. Does this work, by the way? Yeah, this works. So when I'm adding new ones, they work. I intercept key messages before they go anywhere into the operating system. So I'm kind of catching them on the lowest possible level, even before the compositor gets them. So yeah, and I mean, naturally, what is writing written? What the fuck is this? Oh yeah, let's kill that. So yeah, I'm catching them on the lowest possible level. So for the game, it's super transparent. It doesn't modify the game itself at all. But some anti-cheats on Windows don't like that, I think. For example, I've been notified on GitHub that Counter-Strike 2 will kick you out of the lobby if you have too many consecutive perfect strafes or something like that. Like if you have too many, you will get kicked out or something. I had this problem called smooth scroll on Windows that did that with mouse scroll events to make them continuous like Mac. Ah, I see. I know, I kind of enjoy smooth scrolling. 7. Oh shit, can I somehow... Yeah, like that. Oof. Yes, so here, Krita, what I wanted to say is that so instead of this drop down, I wanted something like, you know, we have a button, like let's make it even smaller, like D, and we had let's draw it. Oh shit. Oh, I'm holding shift. Fuck. I don't know how to use Krita, so forgive me. Forgive me. Right, we have a button like D, and we have another one like A. And instead of having drop down, we would have some kind of a... oh shit, let me drop in frames again. No, I'm fine. And instead of having a drop down here, I would have some kind of an arrow, like something like this. Right? This will mean like the opposite, right? Or it can be something like this. Something like this. This will be neutral, right? So both cancel each other out. And something like this will mean remap, right? And we can have like a variations, like something like this makes not just remap, but output both, right? Something like that. Which is kind of, which would look cooler than just a drop down. But when you click on it, yeah, but when you click on it, you need some kind of a select them, right? So you click on that and you would like, and I guess you would also need some kind of a pop-up on hover to explain what this means, right? You would hover it and it would say like the opposite or override opposite, I guess. Like a label would get drawn. So yeah, it's you know, like a bit more graphical, kind of. Yeah, maybe radial menu is taking it a bit too far, you know. Anyway, so we got a bug, right? Yeah. So what if I do remap? Oh, and yeah, this will segfault it. I kind of know why it happens and kind of how to get rid of it. I think I do. But for now, let's just fix the symptom. No, not the symptom, the core issue. And then we will make it so that segfault will probably never happen. So here, when I'm setting the destination, right, what is happening here? This code happens. I find all destination code. I set the new destination code. And this is what table set. So yeah, source, the kind of new destination. And then if opposite or neutral, I set this from new destination to the old source. And then I remove the table mappings from the old destination code. And this is okay in general case, but this table remove breaks stuff if the old destination code and new destination code are the same, right? So kind of what I need to do here is to check if the codes are different, right? Or maybe Maybe I need to first remove and then set. I think this might also just fix the issue. Right, so we go here. Right, it works both ways. Now I remap D to, again, bam D. Yeah, and it just works, yeah. If I remove and then add, it's gonna be fine. Now if I set to neutral, now they cancel each other out. I'm holding A, I press D, it stops. I'm holding D, press A, he stops. Yeah. 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 And if I delete completely, now I can like this, do this slide, yeah, the fast slide. Because this is like both of them. I hold both of them. Yep. Yeah. And insta-wings mapping still works too. Yep, nice. Okay. And I can add this back, A to D, and set to opposite, and yeah. Okay, all good, all good, all good, all good, all good, all works. Let me quickly this and they said what's that? Just a simple formatting change. Yeah, fix opposite binding and new active profile. Yeah, all right. Nice. So oh, is it? Yeah. I kind of need water. Let me go grab one real quick, and I'll be right back, like in 30 seconds. What's up? What the fuck, you actually counted? Let me check if the streams are fine. I think YouTube is fine. Twitch is fine, no dropped frames, okay. Yeah, so we bowl. We totally bowl. Great. Great. Yeah. Today, the first stream was a disaster because of the frame drops, but now it seems to be fine. Yeah, so how do we approach it? How do we approach it? Another issue is this text input. It has a few bugs, right? It kind of works like I can search, right? But you see, the text itself is like meh. It has this kerning situation. And then control backspace doesn't work, so I can't delete by words. And the biggest issue is if I go to the beginning of the line and press delete, it crashes because of some boundary checks. So I can start patching the text input to kind of, oh yeah, and I think built-in X11 module, it doesn't support Unicode. But Unicode I can just snatch out of Focus Editor where we fixed it. So what do I do? What do I do? I know what do I do. I want music that's slightly more upbeat. Where is it? Yeah, let's do like we did before. Spiral situation. Pum, 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 pum. So do we patch the text input? Pum. Maybe I can also think about just using different UI toolkit, maybe dir in GUI. Like getRect is fine, it allowed me to iterate on the program. But you know, it's early in the development. And you know, like when I open the sub window, this text input gets automatically active. But if I open it the second time around, here, it's not active anymore. Right? It briefly flashes and then it kind of, yeah, deactivates itself, because also some state bugs that there's like some weird state situation that persists between frames that I've looked into it yesterday and I couldn't figure it out reasonably fast, so I just gave up on it. Text input. Here's the text input that I'm using, right? That's like the whole widget. And it has event handler here. It has if control pressed and case blah 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 blah, right? So I can do something like case backspace, right? And it needs to be delete word, like delete from cursor, or like backspace from cursor. Do we have like delete? Copy selection to clipboard. Where are these methods reside? Where are they? They are in the text input as well, right? So yeah, here they are. Move cursor left, move cursor right, move cursor left by word. We need move cursor left by word and delete. Update selection after cursor movement. What's that? If not state return, if selection active, selection and character equals insertion point. Reset or begin selection. What else does it do we have here? Text input deactivate. Press escape, set text active widget, remove state pending, blah blah blah. Press tab, completion, press enter, text delete from cursor. Yeah, backspace from cursor. Yeah, if non-empty selection, replace selection. Else if insert point and bytes count okay, so I need backspace from cursor. And I guess I can do the selection. Insert point less than text count and insert point more than 0. Previous point seek left 1 UTF-8 character. Okay. And bytes, and yeah, we do that. So it's by 1 byte. And same with delete. You see, and delete, it actually doesn't check anything here. Let me hit pause so water situation doesn't mess with us. Water sounds. Move cursor left by word. Reset or begin selection. Insert point, seek left one. Okay, there's like an entire procedure here. And seek left one word. Does it do Unicode? It doesn't care about Unicode. It just seeks by white space. Word seeks courtesy by Farzer. Oh, this is one of the beta users. These routines jump to the end of the current word, going right, or beginning going left, which is behavior adopted by some programs. But the older Windows standards, or maybe on Linux too, since Linux just copies Windows about these things, is to jump to the beginning of the next word. To the right, similarly to the left. You can see this using Notepad, and there are rules about punctuation that are weird. If we want more than one behavior, we could specify which the user wants via text input theme. And yeah, we don't do any Unicode characters, we just care about ASCII spaces for now. We could factor this too. Let's see what Emacs does, right? So if I press Ctrl left, you see it goes to the beginning of the word. Or to the beginning of the next word, right? I can even do it with this kind of. No, it's to the next to the end of the word. So beginning and end of the word. So it always jumps to the beginning of the word. So if I press white space, it will cut off. Press backspace, yeah. And here it leaves one space. So kind of it leaves one extra space. Doom, hello. I remember seeing some comments that GUI works with C. I mean, GUI supports C calling convention. All you need is to create bindings and link the library, and that's it. For example, my program, it uses libx11, libinput, those are C libraries. And you just call C functions by specifying calling conventions, and that's it. I don't know if it's considered a first-class support. I mean, yes. Right, it's binary level compatibility, and it's baked into the compiler, so you don't know anything additional. All you need is bindings that you can create with bindings generator that is also shipped with a compiler. Yep. Right. Boom. Zig manually translates all C code to Z code. I mean, that's literally what bindings generator does. Zig just automates this process with some additional syntax, and it also breaks. In any case, that's not trivial, right? Because it won't translate C macros to Zig. So you like do C import, and then certain identifiers are missing because they were, you know, defined. And you have to go and find where Zig put those auto-generated bindings, find how it translated the macros, or maybe it skipped those and manually add them by hand. So you know, it works, like C import in Zig totally works, but only in kind of simple cases. So, you know, it's... Yeah. I mean, you still need to do that, right? So it's the same level of automation. The only thing you have is a syntax sugar for generating bindings. Yeah. I mean, even if Zig had macros, surely it would have macros different than C macros, than just regular text replace. So, you know. So this would... Wait, what? So this would be something like backspace, left. What do you call it? from cursor, like by word, something like that. State, I don't know. I mean, that's it, I guess. Right, and where is it? Backspace. Get selection. Clear text, set append, insert, select all, copy selection to clipboard. Move cursor left, right, move. Where's backspace? Yeah. What is their HR directive? It feels like a single quotes is a lot nicer. So the reason it is a directive because John wanted to reserve single quote for something else. Like to him, it felt wasteful to use an entire punctuation mark for this. So he did it as a directive because you don't use those often anymore, right? You don't use those often anyway. No, but there are talks about using those for like kind of for quoting, like in Lisp, or for like passing codes around. Instead of doing quote this, you would do it like that. So yeah, there are talks about where could you use quotes. But yeah, but doing this felt wasteful. Also because this is not the same as a single quote in C, because this is actually, it's not always 1 byte, because you can do this. You can do this, right? Like you can put a Unicode here. And then it will be U32. Right. And this would be just 1 byte. This would be 4 bytes. I think it will be 4 bytes. Right. I don't think C does that. But yeah, backspace from cursor by word. Yeah. So, are they always in 32 in Go? Because in Jai it depends, right? This is a constant, so it gets automatically casted to the thing that selects it, right? If the context you put in requires U8, and this thing can be casted to U8 because it's a constant, then it will be. Otherwise, it will be a compile error. So in Jai, it just kind of knows what to cast it to because it is a constant, like compile time constant. I wonder what Go has. If it's always just hard codes it int 32 or, you know, or it's also kind of automatically cast. XX is autocast. It's basically just casted to the type that is required. You can do like cast type foo, right? Or you can do this, which is just autocast foo to whatever is needed here. Constants values in Go have no fixed type. Okay, yeah, I see. So it's the same thing. It's the same thing. I don't really know Go that much. I very rarely write something in Go. I wish I used it more though. I like it more than JavaScript or Python. Now, I guess if there's a selection and you do control backspace, you do the same thing, right? So I just copy paste that. Insertion point less than text count and insertion point blah blah blah. Pref point equals to, does this return a point? Update selection insert point equals seek left one word. Okay, seek left one word. It will return a point, right? Okay, yeah. So we do seek left one word. Else pref point seek left one word. String and point. String and point. And I think that's it. I declared a backspace from cursor by word. No, state. Wait, what? Oh, my bad, it's different text input. Kill ring, this one, yeah. And I guess that's like that. All right, so now, blah, 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 and yeah, easy clap. And if there's selection, I think you just do this, yeah. Nice, implemented. I guess I need to compress it like backspace from cursor. This can accept right, this is basically copy pasted and probably needs to accept previous point or something. But if you write C colon equals A and it will make that variable a rune, it will, I mean, yeah, because it's not a constant anymore, right? Because equals colon, it's basically, it will have some kind of a runtime properties, right? Yeah. So it's, yeah, it is creating a variable. Yeah, it's the same in GUI, because if you do colon equals, it means that it's not a constant, and it infers the type right away, and then it just sticks to this type. So yeah, I actually don't know if it's gonna be S32 in GUI if you just click A, like an ASCII A, or if it will do U8. I don't know about that, but the overall kind of flow is the same. Since it's not a constant, it's not gonna like automatically cast. But yeah, okay, we have delete by backspace now. We can also fix this crash. GUI doesn't have REPL. I think somebody, I've seen somebody posting a REPL that they wrote in like a couple hours or something, or so, or like in an evening. But I don't know. I mean, this is a compiled language. Do you really need a REPL for it? Like, will it run in a metaprogram loop, or what do you expect? But no, it doesn't have a built-in REPL or anything like that. Yeah. Backspace from cursor. Yeah, REPLs are useful for kind of research and stuff, especially if they have, you know, autocomplete. Yeah. But for debugging compiled languages, not really, right? Because in order to debug something in a compiled language that doesn't really have like a state you can break into, because it's like, right, it's not a virtual machine, you can't really have REPL for that. You need debug symbols anyway, so you can attach with a debugger. I mean, Nix is not a real language, right? So it's understandable. So yeah, maybe for quick kind of for API exploration, maybe it can be useful. And in GUI, it's pretty easy to create REPL because it has a arbitrary compile time execution. So you just can have run REPL at compile time. You know, you can use GUI as a scripting language entirely, you know, during compilation. You can do that. It just runs bytecode. But it's like, I don't know. It sounds like a cool exercise to do it, but I'm not sure if it's something useful, like as, you know, as Python, for example. And Python REPL is also not that good, right? Because default one that ships, you can't have str dot and then kind of autocompile. Oh shit. Yeah. I guess in Python you can do help str, right? You can do this and kind of read help documentation, but it's also not very useful. I think in Node REPL Node is cool because you can do string dot, well, it doesn't really have auto-completion, right? Oh no, it has. So you can do two, but you can't have like a tab here and see, right? Oh yeah, okay, you can do tab and it will actually give you completion. So yeah, it's kind of cool. But can I do like 5 dot? That doesn't work. Can I do 5 in, right? It doesn't do this. A equals 5, A dot. Oh, okay, A dot works. Yeah, we have like 2 string. Yeah, no default node REPL is better than default Python REPL for sure. There's also IPDB. I don't even have it. Let me show you. Wait, what? IPython. Sorry. Oh shit, so much dependencies. But yeah, IPython. There is a Python, so you can do actually 5 dot, and then, I mean, it doesn't work like that, so maybe, yeah, okay. You see, you can have this in IPython. So IPython is pretty cool. Oh shit, but yeah, you know what I mean, like dots and capitalize. Cool. So IPython is cool. You can also have this like magic thing, right? When you can time stuff in line and all that. This one is even better than Node 1. I think I have latest version of Python, like 3.13 on December 4. I don't know what it has better. It definitely doesn't have tab autocomplete, that's for sure. Anyway, back to here. So should I pass? I can, you know, I can pass like, instead of doing this, I can pass like a Boolean flag here, your backspace, like something like that. I can do this. I'm not a fan of Boolean flags, but this kind of makes sense to me. Right, so like, right? And then because GUI has default arguments. If is it int? Yeah, it's int. It's very cool. It's actually very cool because here you can easily replace one check with a switch case. This is actually very cool syntax. It looks unfamiliar to you, but why it's done like that is because it makes it refactoring between switch and if else very easy, right? You don't have to like switch your entire switch, pun intended, your entire thing, right? You can do if key equals A, else if key equals B, then you can just delete all of your subsequent condition and put them here and replace if else with case. That's it. And here this semicolon, because this is a code block. In this case it's in line, but it can be it can be, you know, oh motherfucker, what did I do? But it can be like that, right? This is basically what it is. And I think semicolons just for consistency's sake. Yeah. I mean, this still has to be constant. So you can't have arbitrary stuff here, it has to be constant. Backspace from cursor. Yeah. By word, priv point int, if by word priv point equals seek left one word text insert point, else this, and I can delete that. Right, add, we type, we can, oh shit, wait, what? Did I fuck it up? Backspace true, and regular backspace, where is it? Did I switch the if by word? By word is false. Wait, what is happening? Did it have some stupid leftover? It deletes everything. Oh shit, here. Yikes. Okay. Okay. Nice. And you see it inserts delete as a Unicode symbol. Because of X11 shenanigans. Oh, actually it has. Yeah, now that you mentioned it, it has equals if x by word then this, else wait, dt equals c, else this. Yeah, yeah, it's ternary fx. Yeah, we can do that. Yeah, we can have that. We can even do then, so it's clearer. Yeah. Yep. And I can fix del in X11 module. So it crashes. I think it crashes because it tries, when I press del, it tries to insert like a invalid character, right? And the panic happens, the attempted index is -1, yeah, because it's like, it's invalid. I can actually do a good service to GUI community by implementing Unicode in X11 layer. I did that once for Focus Editor, but I never got around to submitting a patch. So maybe we do that. Let me pull out a Focus code. Focus Editor. FX is so that the parser doesn't have to do look ahead to parse that. Well, it's actually kind of special, and it does look ahead. So as you can see, I did a type inference here, and the parser, not really parser, the compiler, the type checker ensures that then and else branches return the same exact type. So it does quite a bit of job. And there's also like a magical way to call fx by not specifying then and else at all. So you can do point like equals fx like foo, right? And if foo returns non-zero, then it will assign it here, right? Otherwise it will remain 0. What if pref point was a union? I mean, if both of these procedures return the same union type, then it's fine. I think unions, well, does J even have union? Does J even have union? Oh yeah, it has. I actually never I never used union in J, so I didn't even know if it has them. Okay, it does. All right. I always used place. Hey Natibola, hello. This is a program. Wait, let me tell you. So I'm working on this program. It's fuck. It is a glorified key remapper for gamers. Right, some games don't let you remap keys, some games don't have an option to have like opposite like SOCD stuff like fighting hitboxes do, and my software lets you do that. But yeah. And there's a whole like how-to on FX. It's like a bit magical and experimental. It can also validate pointers if you call it a certain way, which is like a very niche use case, but I think Thekla uses it a lot, so John baked it into compiler. I'm kind of trying to nag him into making FX work kind of like or else or returning Odin. I think that's more useful. But yeah, so far my efforts are in vain. You're using Jai's game stuff for inputs. Only for UI. So the only place where I use Jai game stuff for inputs is to handle this UI. Everything that I pass to games, I do myself. Like at the lowest possible level in a different thread. So UI is getting handled by built-in Jai input module because, I mean, it doesn't need much, right? So I can just kind of YOLO it. I don't need to rewrite it. But the inputs that I...
Forge the means with which to...
Fuck, I changed the tab and Twitch started playing. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I only support Windows and Linux, and on Windows and Linux I have a completely separate paths. But anyway, let's go to X11. Platform, Linux, and oh, EDG, data dir, config dir, platform create window. Yeah, somewhere here. Wait, platform, enable drag and drop, DPI scale, wait for message. Wake up, set refresher, set cursor, enumerate. There was something like handle events. Open in the Explorer. Begins with borders, troubleshooting. Wait for events. Ah, LD, so it's like Linux display, right? So it's... Where is it? Is it... Wait, is it like in a different modules altogether? No, they did not pull it out. Ah, modules. Okay, here we go. Linux display. It can be done with auto hotkey, native, but auto hotkey will be slower, like much slower, because it's like a scripting language, and it will. Well, Hollow Knight speedrunners, they try to do it with auto hotkey, and they had like input delays and stuff. So I wrote the initial version of this program in C, so that it's, you know, fast enough. But it can definitely be done in auto hotkey. But auto hotkey only works on Windows, and this is cross-platform. Like currently I'm developing on Linux, but it's both Windows and Linux. But yeah, LDX input, I think that's the one. Is it? No, those are just keys, right? Okay, wait for events. This is familiar. Where is Unicode? Oh, here you go. That's Unicode stuff. And let's open it in Joy. So for now, if I launch it, if I run the thing, right, and I press add, and I switch to Russian keyboard layout, nothing happens, right? It still types in English. Even though keyboard layout is in Russian now, right? So you see AP, Russian, right? Because I have like an XKB command in a separate thread handling keyboard layout. But yeah, text input doesn't support Unicode on Linux because X11 module doesn't support Unicode on Linux. So yeah, let's X11 that module. I think it's here, right? So handle. DND events. Where's the main? Yeah, update window events. Yeah, there you go. I think that's the one. Yeah, key press. Here it is. Event. Yeah. So it has XKB key code to key symbol, and this one I think is incorrect because it only handles ASCII. I kind of need to refresh myself a little bit because I remember spending a lot of time to handle that, and there is also some crappy situation with loading an active keyboard layout or setting locale. I remember X was like super picky about that because there was some Norwegian guy who didn't have his locale configured properly. And because of that, Focus was pooping itself because it wasn't like foolproof or something. And so I will also have to find that piece of code. What are you using for the UI? So this is a GUI toolkit, like immediate mode GUI toolkit that ships with the GUI. It's called GetRect. but it doesn't use Qt or GTK. It's absolutely fully like written in GUI. Yeah. I'm trying to remember how we did Unicode handling on X11, so I can bake it into GIS module and maybe like submit it, like submit a patch. Because I forgot what exactly we did. Shift pressed. Yeah, it's diverged quite a bit. Yeah, so this, and there was also a locale call. Locale. Oh, not here. It's the other text search. Where is it? Wait, here. GitHub UI set locale. Yeah, here it is. XKB. LDX display. I think this one, right? Yeah, I remember this fucking essay. Where? Init display. Okay. So let's. Okay, old locale, right? If old locale, set locale, if old modes. Default locale, which is C, doesn't support multi-bytes characters. So we do this to get system locale, which is hopefully set up correctly. Result of set locale will either be a correct locale from the environment or null if set locale fails, or it will be C if somebody exported lc all equals empty string. New locale equals to string. We need to check whether current locale is supported by X server. It's not guaranteed regardless of whether set locale call is successful or not. It's so fucking stupid. If setting locale didn't work, we try our best to get it from few well-known environment variables, in case one of them is set up correctly. glibc's set locale tries lc all first, then a category you specify in the first argument to set locale, and then lang environment variable. The issue here is that glibc bails out of this sequence as soon as it sees that something is set, even if you set it incorrect. Yeah. Bails out of this sequence as soon as it sees that something is set, even if it's set incorrectly. Yes. Okay, variable set, we're good. It doesn't check if the variable is set correctly. So the call to set locale will fail. I mean, in this case. That's why we try this process manually. This process vaguely resembles the way Muzzle gets it. Gets current locale and looks reasonable enough. Yeah. Yeah, I remember looking through Muzzle code and it's kind of like it does it. Somewhat. Okay, if not new locale, if it failed, or new locale equals C, and or not supports locale. Oh fuck. Fucking asshole sucker. Dude, yeah, okay. Get-env can have two falsy outcomes. It was so stupid. I spent so much time on this bullshit. Env variable exists, but it's an empty string, and env variable doesn't exist. In first case, we get a pointer to an empty string. In the second case, we get a null as a result. Converting to GI string covers both cases. LC type, trim to string, getenv LC type. If not LC type, lang trims blah 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 lang. If not lang log error, lang environment variable is not found, trying to fall back to c.utf8. New Yeah. This is like... Do you remember that epic MPV pull request? We can read it on stream, it's funny as fuck. Like infamous MPV locale rant. New locale to string, else new locale to string, set locale, else all tempsy string lang. Oh, this is so bad. New locale equals to string, set locale, lc all tempsy string, lc type. Yeah, if not new locale or not x11 supports locale, error, c string errors. Couldn't set unique capable. Yeah. I mean, at least like, this is honestly such a good documentation. Like, I'm very proud. This is absolutely batshit crazy, stupid, unnecessary, like fucked up situation, but I am very proud that you can like go back here, and no matter how cursed it is, you can remember, you know, you can recall those suppressed traumatic memories, and okay, that's how it works. And the funny thing is that I am 100% sure that GTK, like Qt, maybe some like Enlightenment stuff, they have like similar logic, and even Muzzle, right? They have similar logic to deal with this garbage, right? And in order to dig it, you need to go so fucking deep. And all of that because somebody thought 70 years ago that environment variables are good. I don't know. But all right, this is how you set locale, and after that you can use this logic, text and lookup string to get the string in the correct UTF-8 layout. And now let's find that stupid pull request, because MPV, where was it? Oh yeah, baby. Yeah, I have it. I actually have it bookmarked on my laptop. Here it is. Let me read it. Let me paste it on YouTube. So, shut the fuck up. Let me put it to dark mode so people don't get flashbanged. But yeah, this is MPV, commit to MPV repo from November 12, 2017. The title is Stream libarchive workaround various types of locale brain death. Trigger warning, it will have some strong language. So I warned you. Fix that libarchive fails to return file names for UTF-8, UTF-16 entries. The reason is that it uses locales and all that garbage, and MPV does not set a locale. Both C locales and WCHAR-T are shit-fucked retarded legacy brain death. If the C/POSIX standard committee had actually competent members, this would have been deprecated or removed long ago. I mean, they managed to remove get-s, after all, you know. To justify this emotional outbreak potentially insulting to unknown persons, I will write a lot of text. Those not comfortable with toxic language should not pretend this is a religious text. You've been warned. C locales are supposed to be a way to support certain languages and cultures easier. One examples are character code pages. Back when UTF-8 was not invented yet, there were only 255 possible characters, which is not enough for anything but English and some European languages. European lowercase, I am so offended right now. So they decided to make the meaning of a character dependent on the current code page. The locale LC type specifically determines what character encoding is currently used. Of course, nowadays, this is legacy nonsense. Everything uses UTF-8 for char, and what doesn't is broken and terrible anyway. But the old ways stayed with us, and the stupidity of it as well. You said not pretend. Pretend, yeah, sorry. Should pretend this is, sorry. I completely changed the meaning. But yeah, C locales were utterly moronic. Utterly moronic. Can you imagine the pain this person had to go through while working on this? Like C locales totally broke him. C locales were utterly moronic even when they were invented. The locale via set locale is global state, and global state is not a reasonable way to do anything. It will break libraries or well modularized code. The latter would be forced to strictly guard all entry points. Set restore locales, assuming a single threaded world. Yes, and in Focus, when I did that, I was also kind of worried about like, what about locales, you know? And actually, the majority of the code doesn't even fucking bother. So what we do in the Focus, we kind of pop locale, right? We get the old locale, the current one that the application got loaded with, right? We try our best to set new locale, right? We try to set it to... we try to set it from like... where is it? Yeah. From an empty string. And we hope that it will be magically alright. And if it somehow fail, then we try to kind of do those... As I already kind of went through it. All sorts of crap to set the correct one. And then at the end, where's the defer? There was like a defer block. Yeah, and at the end of this function, we set locale to old locale, right? So we kind of pop it, do the thing, and then show it back. And I mean, most programs just do that. They don't even care about thread safety of all this locale nonsense, because like hopefully new software just doesn't use it at all. Yeah, you do the same logic. That's what most people do. And, you know, we just hope that modern software just doesn't use it, you know? Just please, you know, use libxkb common or something, right? We just hope everyone uses libxkb common and live happily ever after. But yeah, not back in 2017. Of course Go wouldn't care about it because it's stupid. But anyway, this rant is about what? libarchive, right? So where did we stop? Yeah. On top of that, setting a locale randomly changes. This is so stupid. The semantics of a bunch of standard functions. Yeah, all of the function, you know, that commas inside of the floating point numbers, date formatting, many formatting, all of that fucking breaks. If a function respects locale, you suddenly can't rely on it to behave the same on all systems. Yes, some behavior can come as a surprise. And of course, it will be dependent on the region of the user. It doesn't help that most software is US-centric, and the US locale is almost like the C locale. In other words, almost what you expect. Idiotically, locales were not just used to define the current character encoding, but the concept was used for a whole lot of things, like where numbers should use comma or a dot as a decimal separator. Yes, the latter issue is actually much worse because it breaks basic string conversion or parsing of numbers for the purpose of interacting with the file formats and such. Yeah, this is such a fucking nightmare. So I remember at work, I was writing a dev environment deployment to the cloud, and it was like a bunch of bash scripts tied together, and for some reason it worked for people on Linux, and then it didn't work for people on Mac, on my colleagues on Mac, and it turned out that the reason why it wasn't working is because of the fucking locale. It was using a comma as a number separator, and in bash I parsed numbers by assuming it's a fucking string with a dot in it. And there was actually a bug in the initial release of HK, Hollow Knight Rando 4, that was because of locales. Of course, because locales, so many human hours wasted on this bullshit, man. Line separator. Nice. There was a high Rando bug that actually was because of locales. That's so stupid. Like, imagine you make an innocent mistake 50 years ago when designing a software, and people suffer because of it, like, for 100 years on or something. Hungarian person tried to run it, yeah. In my case, it was a Russian person trying to run my program on a Mac OS. And it didn't have, like, a locale that my program expected. Yeah, of course, memory safe language would totally save that, right? Much can be said about how retarded locales are, even beyond what I just wrote, or Will wrote below. They are so hilariously misdesigned and insufficient, I can't even fathom how this shit was standardized with underscores. In any case, that meant everyone was forced to implement it. Many C functions can't even do it correctly. For example, the character set encoding can be multi-byte encoding. Yes, and not just UTF-8, but awful garbage like Shift GJIS, sometimes called shitGIS. Yet functions like toUpper can return only 1 byte. Or just take the fact that the locale API tries to define the standard pager sizes, LC paper, oh yeah. Or telephone number formatting, LC telephone. Who the fuck uses this or would ever use this? I mean, I've never seen, not gonna lie, I've never seen a single system who would have LC pager, paper, LC telephone, LC money setup. I've never seen that. Nasal demons. I have no idea what toUpper does if it doesn't fit. Maybe it just truncates shit. I have no fucking clue. But I've never seen a system where like LC money, LC telephone would have been set. Never saw it. Yeah. But the badness doesn't stop here. At some point they invented threads. Fucking programmers. They invented threads. And they put absolutely no thought into how threads should interact with locales. Naturally, they kept locales the global state. Of course. Because obviously, you want to be able to change the semantics of basic string processing functions while they're running, right? Of course I want. Any thread can call setLocale at any time, and it's supposed to change the locale of all other threads. Yes, I mean, it is a very reasonable thing to do, right? I mean, come on. That's why most programs do this hack when they pop locale and then put it back, in hopes that nothing runs while we do this, right? Just in hopes that nothing happens, you know, while we do that. So we prefer to do that at initialization of our program, right? At the point, how the fuck are you supposed to do anything correctly at this point? You can't even temporarily switch the locale with setLocale because it would asynchronously fuck up the other threads. I mean, that's what we do, but you know, we live on the edge. All you can do is to enforce a convention not to set anything but the C locale. This is what MPV does. or to duplicate standard functions using code that doesn't query locale. This is what a libas does, close dependency of MPV. Imagine they had done this for certain other things, like errno. With all that brokenness of the locale API, this simply wouldn't have worked. Shit would just have been too broken. So they didn't. Yeah. Errno doesn't quite work like that. But locales give a delicious, sweet spot of brokenness where things are broken enough to cause never-ending pain, but not broken enough that enough effort would have spent to fix it completely. I actually don't like errno either. It's the same with get last error on Windows. I totally don't like that, but it's understandable, you know, because C can't do multiple error returns, so I guess at the time it seemed reasonable enough with like global error number. On that note, standard C11. Yeah, I mean, you don't really need anything but pointers, true. On that note, standard C11 actually can't stringify an error value. Yeah, but it has P error and str error. Yeah, it's not a thread safe, that's what he means. Okay. Yeah, even though C11 supports threads, the idiots could have just defined it to be thread safe. Even if your libc is horrible enough that it can't return string literals, it could just it could just do probably some local thread some thread local buffer, because C11 does define thread local variables. But hey, why care about details if you can just create a shitty standard? He's not happy with committee oriented programming. Yeah, it can return structs that are allocated in the color, like in the color space. I guess that's true as well. POSIX defines str error r, which solves in quotation marks this problem while still not making str error thread safe. Yeah, and like it goes on and on and on, you see. Yeah. Anyway, back to threads. The interaction of locales and threads makes no sense. Why would you make locales pre-process process global? Who even wanted it to work this way? Who decided that it should keep working this way despite being so broken and certainly causing implementation difficulties in libc? Was it just a fucked up psychopath? Several decades later, the moronic standard committees noticed that this was, still is, kind of a bad situation. Instead of fixing the situation, they added more garbage on top of it. Probably for the sake of compatibility. Now, there is a set of new functions which allow you to override the locale for the current thread. This means you can temporarily override and restore the locale on all entry points of your code, like you could with setlocale before threads were invented. And of course, not all operating systems or libcs implement this. For example, I'm pretty sure Microsoft doesn't. Microsoft got to fuck it up as usual and only provides config thread locale. I mean, to be honest, Microsoft has its own locale situation with a proper Win32 API, and I don't see any reason to even use libc on Windows. Like, at least I wouldn't expect anyone reasonable enough to try and use libc for something so platform specific. Because it doesn't fucking fit into any sort of libc API. Right? So I can see why Microsoft just decided to not implement it properly in libc, because they have already their own API. Like, why would you fucking support that all? Especially since libc standard is so bad. This is shit fact on its own because it's a global state. To configure that global state should not be global state. In other words, completely broken garbage because it requires agreement over all modules, libraries, what behavior should be used. I mean, sure, making set locale affect only the current thread would have been the reasonable behavior. Making this behavior configurable isn't, because you can't rely on what behavior is active. Yeah. I'm really not a big fan when you have to like configure how certain function call behaves, especially if you can't, you know, affect it. Like in C, I mean, I kind of like how GUI does it with, you know, when you import a module, where is it? Right, when you import a module, you have this situation, you can do something like module configuration, temp allocator poison freed memory equals true. So that, you know, if I fuck up and use temp memory after it's been freed, I'm like, I get exploded right in my face. So I think this is nice. But yeah, C, I mean, C doesn't have anything like that. Like the way you configure this stuff in C is by configuring the files in your operating system, you know, like get other, like get other info, right? Man, get other, is this the one? Yeah, get other info. Network address and services translation. So all of this crap, it relies on some files on your file system. And if you like change files in file system, you will get completely like different behavior. And I don't really like that. But I mean, like get other info is also kind of a special case. Like how would you do it in different ways? Like, you know, how would you do it in different ways? libc shouldn't have get other info in its standard library. It just shouldn't. Like, why is get other info in the fucking standard? But yeah. Where is it? Yeah, okay, global state. POSIX showed some minor decency by at least introducing some variations of standard functions, which have a locale argument to upper L, yeah, for example, so you can pass a locale. You just pass the locale which you want to be used and don't have to do the set locale call function restored locale nonsense. But of course they fuck this up too, in no less than two ways. First, there is no statically available handle for the C locale, so you have to initialize and store it somewhere, which makes it harder to make utility functions safe that call locale affected standard functions and expect C semantics. The easy solution, using pthread once and a global variable with the created locale, will not be easily accepted by pedantic assholes, because they'll worry about allocation failure or leaking the locale when using this library code and then unloading the library, or could have complicated library init and init functions, which bring a big load of their own mess. Same for automatic DLL constructors destructors. Not all functions have a variant that takes locale argument, and they missed even some important ones like snprintf or str2d. What the fuck? He was so suffering. I would like to know why it took so long to standardize a half-assed solution that, apart from being conceptually half-assed, is even incomplete and insufficient. The obvious way to fix this would have been deprecate the entire locale API and their use and make it a nope. Make UTF-8 the standard character type. Make the C locale behavior the default. Add new APIs that explicitly take locale objects. Provide an emulation layer that can be used to transparently build legacy code without breaking them. I don't know. I think this is good, making the UTF-8 the standard character type. That's what I wanted to say all, but almost all modern languages do. I mean, C# and JavaScript have UTF-16, right? But I mean, it's still Unicode. I mean, it's almost the same, right? And emulation layers, I don't know, I would just burn the old shit with fire and just declare it a bankruptcy. I would just not bother with compatibility layer at all. You use old software, you must suffer. Like, that's it, right? It's just... yeah. Just UTF-8, and yeah, that's about right. Like, forget setlocale even existed, you know. Unless the old software is a game. I mean, old games, they depend on Windows locales, and Windows locales were kind of okay, you know, always, compared to this. So it's not really an issue. It's not even an issue. There are some very bizarre situations, like for example at Dark Messiah of Might and Magic. If anyone remembers that game, it was one of the most successful games in Source Engine. And Dark Messiah of Might and Magic is made by a French studio and Arcane, I think. It's the same people who made Dishonored, if I'm not mistaken anything. But yeah, they fucked something up, and that every time you would launch Dark Messiah of Might and Magic, it would forcibly create a French locale on your Windows and add a French keyboard layout to your system every time you play Dark Messiah. So you would play Dark Messiah, play a session, close the game, and then delete a French layout, then you would run the game again and it would reinstall the French layout. I don't know why they somehow dependent on it internally or something, but that's, I think, the only game ever that had this weird-ass behavior. Like in French virus. But yeah, I don't think deleting all that would mess up any important games, right? But yeah. But this wouldn't have been compatible. And the apparently incompetent standard committees would have never accepted this. As if anyone actually uses this legacy garbage except other legacy garbage. Oh yeah. And let's care a lot about legacy compatibility, and let's not care at all about modern code that either has to suffer from it or sadly breaks when the wrong locales are active. Yeah, I mean, exactly, I totally agree. I would say in case of set locale, I would just say burn it with holy fire. Right? I would be totally fine with that, to be honest. And you know, even if you need some kind of compatibility layer, just let some maybe third party handle it, you know, just let some third party who is really interested in it handle that. Just keep it out of the standard, in my opinion. Last but not least, the UTF-8 locale name is apparently not even standardized. That's fucked up. At the moment I'm trying to use C-dat. That's actually what we also try to use in Focus Editor. C-dat UTF-8, right? It's here. Wait, let's do the dark theme. C-dat UTF, yeah, here. We try to load C-dat UTF-8. I didn't know it's not standardized. Which is apparently glibc and Debian specific. I mean, yeah, it's not standardized, but if it's glibc and Debian specific, then it's a pretty good bet that it's everywhere. Which is, you know, soft standardized. Got to use every opportunity to make correct usage of UTF-8 harder. Yeah, that's a good point, even though it probably doesn't matter in practice. What luck that this commit is only for some optional, relatively obscure NPV feature. Why is the C locale not UTF-8? Why did POSIX not standardized in UTF-8 locale? Well, according to something I heard a few years ago, they're considering disallowing UTF-8 as locale because UTF-8 would violate certain invariants expected by C or POSIX. But I'm not sure if I remember this correctly. Probably better to not rage about it. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, what invariance? Is it because UTF-8 has variable, like variable length characters? Is something in POSIX expects it? That a character is always 1 byte? I don't know. I mean, yes, so does UTF-16. Isn't everything 2 bytes in UTF-16? Or was that some other? Encoding? I think in UTF-16 everything is 2 bytes. Or no? Was it some other encoding? Maybe it's like ISC16, where everything is 2 bytes. Yeah, I see. So yeah. Maybe they wanted to get standardized around UTF-32, where everything is 4 bytes. So, you know, it's just like easier, you know, you just accept int everywhere. And like, fuck it. I don't know. I'm actually kind of glad UTF-8 won. It definitely makes sense. And only now, you see, like, ranted about locales, and only now we go to the point of this commit. libarchive intentionally uses the locale API and all the broken crap around it to convert UTF-8 or UTF-16 as contained in reasonably sane archive formats to ***. This is a good start. Since glibc does not think that the C locale uses UTF-8, this fails for MPV. So trying to use archive entry path name to get the archive entry name fails if the name contains... I mean, this is exactly the problem we're trying to solve, right? libx11, when we get a character name, character string, since we don't set the UTF-8 locale for our program, it just poops itself, because libx11 and X server is very old, and I guess libx11 it uses some of its own mechanism to talk with X server about keyboard layouts without using libxkb command, like all of the sane kind of Linux world. So it's basically the same situation, right? And then he goes into the specifics about how libarchive, how did they do it for libarchive, right? So it's not very interesting, it's like gnarly details. But I guess we can also do the conclusion, right? So what we do is use the idiotic POSIX 2008 API, use locale etc. Too bad for users who try to build this on a system that doesn't have this. I mean, it probably wasn't an issue even in 2017. I don't think. Might be bad for Windows. Again, I don't know. On Windows, you should just use Windows-specific code. You should just do the platform code entirely in Win32. Like there is almost no benefits on trying to enforce libc on Windows. Every time I try to just use libc on Windows, I got like crashed and burned in one way or the other. So it's just like doesn't make any sense. You see that UTF-8 locale, which is probably not 100% standard compliant, but works on my system. I mean, it works everywhere. At least in 2025, so far I haven't encountered anyone who would like complain about us like hard coding that. So this is probably not an issue as well. Yeah, guard every libarchive call plus restoring the locale. So in our case, we only do that at the start of the program. We don't care about threading because fuck you. Be lazy and skip some libarchive calls. Look forward to the unlucky and astonishingly stupid bugs this could produce. We could also just set a CUTF-8 locale at main. Yeah, that's what we do. That's what we do. But this won't work for libmpv. Why? Yeah, because it gets loaded as DLL. So if you embed it, you would get fucked. You would have to do it in your main, right? I mean, you could maybe do it in DLL main. I know how fucked that would be. We assume that use locale never fails. In an we actually handle errors, but we only use set locale, and that can fail. So we handle set locale fails. In an unexplainable stroke of luck, POSIX made the semantics of useLocale nice enough that user code can fail failures without introducing crash or security bugs, even if there should be an implementation fucked up enough where it's actually possible that useLocale fails even with a valid input. With all this shitty ugliness added, it finally works without fucking up other parts of the player. This is still less bad than that time when libquivy fucked up OpenGL rendering because calling a libquivy function would load some proxy abstraction library, which in turn loaded the KDE. This is fucking Linux 101. This is Linux desktop in a nutshell. This is why the year of Linux desktop still hasn't come, because of shit like this. Which in turn called set. Just think about it. Like some innocent library fucked up OpenGL rendering because of setlocale. Because GLSL shader generation code emits commas in floating points instead of dots. Just think about it. Just think about it. It's so stupid. Yes, year of Linux desktop. I mean, it was 2017, but with regard to setlocale, nothing has changed. Like, setlocale is as brain dead as it was in 2017. It's just the only hope we have for humanity, that less and less software are relying on the code that actually uses it. And of course, only for users who had that KDE plugin installed and lived in a part of the world where dot is not used as decimal separator. I mean, if your software is as big as MPW, this is a big amount of users. This is a very big amount of users. All in all, I believe this proves that software developers as a whole and as a culture produce worse results than drug-addicted, butt-fucked monkeys randomly hacking on typewriters while inhaling the fumes of a radioactive dumpster fire fueled by Chinese plastic toys for children and Elton John Justin Bieber crossover CDs for all eternity. Like, that's a bit too far. That's a bit too far, but I can empathize. I can empathize. I didn't have to debug library integration, but I definitely spent maybe like 2 days to research it all out when adding proper locales for libx11 to focus. And now I will patch back this to Jai's X11 module, and I will submit a patch to John. So hopefully it will get like integrated into next pet or something. I'm gonna probably cut it out and put on YouTube because it's very, very cool. And I want this commit be immortalized. Even if GitHub goes down, this or MPV goes down, this should be immortalized. Because these people, you know, you see, they just use locale everywhere. Yeah, because these are real heroes. You know, you run MPW and it's like the fastest player on earth. It's just perfect, plays all the formats. Very fast, very responsive. But there is so much fucking pain behind all of that. And comments, I mean, comments is like... in the comments, there's just a lot of people who are sharing their own pain. Right? It's like, this is an exercise for the reader. Again, if you want to read the comments on your own time, here's the link. I'm gonna go do a quick bathroom break and then I will start backporting that to Jai. I'll be right back. almost dropped my headphones. Whew. My voice is kind of tired from all this reading, not gonna lie. Hopefully I'm not fucked up for tomorrow, because I have a working day tomorrow and my camera is also fucked up. I might as well add a like chatbot counter for the amount of times my camera went blurry for no fucking reason. All right. So X11, right? So no. First, not X11. First, init X11 init display, right? So X11, I think module. I think it was here. Init global display, yeah. We are going to set a locale right here. Yeah, like that. I'm just gonna copy paste all of this. Right, that's... Wait, where is the closing one? Ah, here, this one. If have a nice meal, Pimpas, bon appetit, and all of that. Thank you for sticking around. Yeah. X init global display, so we will gonna put it around above, before we need threads, I think. Yeah, before we even open display, before we need threads. Yeah, so we do this. We do it here. Boom. Let me try to do that. All right. X set locale modifiers. Do we have that as a binding? Yeah, okay, we have that as a binding. Let me maybe brush up some of the grammar here, because I think some things here weren't completely clear. Also, set locale, is it bound anywhere? Set locale X11 module. Oh, do we not have bindings for set locale in POSIX module? Oh shit. So we need to add a set locale binding. I think I can just add it in line, honestly. Right? I'm pretty sure in focus it's just in line. No? $16. Oh, those. Oh yeah, I also need those. X modifiers, X seems. Yeah, the input methods together with that. I actually forgot what these input methods did. I was the one who did that, but I totally forget what that is. Input methods. Ah, it's for like stuff like Japanese characters and I think shit like that. Yeah, it's also for Unicode support. Locale modifiers. So yeah, we need this as well. And this happened after we init global atoms. Atoms are here. Blah 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 blah. Context reset. BMP after atoms. Yeah. Intern atoms. Like that. Try the best we can to get the right input method. Set locale modifiers. Input method. Do we pass it then somewhere? Let me check. It's all contained in the same file. Oh shit, input context is further down the line. And it's create window, yeah. Input context needs an input method. Could not create X11 input context. Ooh. I think we will just store it globally. How about that? What we can also do is to just do libxkb common. This will also work. No, it won't really work because libx11 doesn't work with it. So yeah, I'm gonna add this to window, to create window. Where was it? Font, draw text panel, wait. Oh, is window not here? Ah, window creation is not here. It's in window creation Linux, right? Yeah, it's in a completely different module. So our patch will be a little bit widespread, but it's okay. Window creation Linux, so it's here. Create window, we create window, temp name, where did we add it? After set protocols, yes, after set protocols. Yep. Oh, and input context is per window. What is X11 win? It's like a struct. It kind of holds the context per window. Yeah, it's like slightly whatever. For now, we'll do this. Right, so X create input context. Do we have it bound? Yeah, it's bound. Nice. What was the naming convention? It was something like X global display, so it's gonna be X global input method. This input style window handle is, I think, just win. This does it is it okay? This all of this doesn't exist, so I need to add that and that. I think this doesn't exist. This does not exist anywhere yet. And This is kind of per window. I'm pretty sure. I'll probably just do something like that. Window, that, and like that, I don't know. If not this, then log error. Oops. Wait, what? Window creation, okay. Whoa. Okay. Does it? It doesn't really log anything here, just... I mean, whatever. I think login error here is totally fine. Right, so for now we have... Right, global. Global window context. Yeah, let's do for now this. Now here in module global display, a global input method. I forgot what it was. What was the input method exactly? Toggle full screen. Here is IM open IM. So it's X open IM. X open IM. It returns XIM. Yikes. XIM as an X input method. And I think also X global input context. Open is IC, no. IC equals X create IC, and X create IC returns XIC. Very creative naming. Nice. Now here I do set locale modifiers, X display, we do X global input method. Open this, X display handle is X global display, null. Let's capitalize. Local seems like the same thing as none. Like local is the same as nothing, but more examples on the internet use it. X global input method equals open IM, the same thing. And if still not, then set modifiers this and that. Global display. Nothing more we can do. Let's do a little of that. Could not get X11 input method, and let's put an empty line. You see, I never got this error. So naturally, I haven't put an empty line at the end. So this is we're setting up, this is us setting up input methods, and down there we will initialize input contexts. Now the locales. Default locale, which is C, often doesn't support multi-byte characters. Often doesn't support. Just doesn't support multi-byte characters. So we do all of this to get system locale, which is hopefully set up correctly. Get an actual system locale, which is hopefully set up correctly. Result of set locale will either be a correct locale from the environment, or null if set locale fails, or it will be C if somebody exported, if a user exported has explicit LC all exported. We need to check whether the current locale is supported by X server. It's not guaranteed, regardless of whether set locale calls. It's not guaranteed. The support is not guaranteed, regardless of whether set locale call succeeds or not. Succeeded or not. If setting locale didn't work, we try our best to get locale didn't work, we try our best to get locale from a few well-known environment variables in case one of them is set up correctly. glibc's set locale tries first tries this. My English is a little bit better than it was back then. Then a category you specify in the first argument to set locale, and then lang environment variable. The issue here is that glibc bails out of the sequence as soon as it encounters something that is set, even if it's not set correctly, So the call to set locale will fail, will end up failing. That's why we do this process ourselves. This process vaguely resembles the way muzzle gets current locale, and it looks reasonable enough. It is reasonable enough. If not new locale, or new locale equals C, or not X supported locale. Do we have that? Yeah, we have that. Get env can have two falsy outcomes. Environment variable exists but is an empty string, and environment variable doesn't exist at all. In first case, we get a pointer to an empty string. In the second case, we get null as a result. Converting to GUI string covers both cases. Trim, if not LC type, language, blah blah. If not lang, log error, lang environment variable is not found. Trying to fall back to CUTF-8. New locale equals to string, blah blah blah. Else new locale equals to string set locale. To string doesn't allocate, right? Socket module basic. Length data. This one accepts just... it's just char pointer, no. So it's different to string. Yeah, this one. Wait, what? It's in runtime support. C style is tierly, and yeah, it doesn't allocate. Okay, it just counts counts the string. Let me quickly check if string's still working, because I'm a bit... Okay, YouTube seems to be fine. Twitch seems to be fine. Great. Set locale else. So if not LC type, we check lang. If not lang, we check CUTF-8. Just set it straight up. Else new locale, set lang. If not lang, we set CUTF-8. If lang, we set it. If there is no LC type, wait, if there is a LC type, we set it. All right. If new locale still is not a thing, or not support locale, we press an error. Couldn't set Unicode capable locale from environment. Falling back to default one. This is likely an indicator that your locale is set incorrectly. Inspect available locales and the one you have set up. Log error. Set locale, LC all, old locale. Yep, cock. So, and if I do this, set locale, undeclared identifier. Where do we bind it in focus? Do I just, like, oh yeah, okay, LD is missing that J, yeah, I just plop it into it. And also LC all. Where's set locale in glibc? Set locale. Set the current locale, huh? So for Nginx, do we have libc here? Libc. No, we don't have libc accessible here. What do we import here? Excuse me. System library, library system. We don't really import POSIX from here necessarily. Okay, I guess I'll do this. Right, and then like that. Yeah. Storing set locale bindings right here, because hopefully X11 module is the only place they will ever be needed in. This whole set locale API is very, very old and bad, and only ancient software such as libx11 lies on it. I apologize for the nasty sounds. Oof. Oh. Right, so let's do that. X7 set locale modifiers. It will just be set locale modifiers. Oh, no trim is here. Was trim and string module? Do we import anything here? Oh, do we not import basic here at all? Oh, trim is in string, I see. Using only here. Where's the scope file? Ah, yeah, here it is. Only trim string import string. I think that's how you do it. Yeah. Get env. Fuck. At least we have get env, right? Yeah, it isn't POSIX. How do you import POSIX? Oh, it's all capital POSIX. Import POSIX. Yeah. So it's all right, nice. Not X11, so this is one. This one is like this. Where same. Oh shit! It compiled? And no errors inside? Okay, so now, so first we need to do it so that space doesn't get imported if it's not a text. The fact that it worked kind of scares me a little bit, not gonna lie. Where's all of that? Why is this working all of a sudden? Because I use custom window creation. Ooh. Because I use custom window creation in my program. So I need to copy that into my main, into my and it will burn. Where was, yeah, it was like here before. Right, and now it's gonna, yeah, X and client window. Where is it defined exactly? It's defined in, okay, yeah, here are they. Let's go. X11 module, and it was under xim status. No, not here. Where is it? Button. Oh, it's in input module, I think, right? Like mod 5 mask. Mod 5 mask. Yeah, here it is. XE pre-edit area. Oh, there's the pre-edit state. XEM. Yeah, none of it exists. A button 3 mask. I'll just put it here. Right. So and now we compile. Yeah. And I think it doesn't even crash by default. Yeah. Now when we go in this module, in X11 module, I can do what? Init, not init. Are those just bindings? Init global display. Okay, display is handled. So I need to do input X11 here. Right on top where we have key press handled. Here we can finally check for text. So here, wait for events, handle event. Yeah, here you go. Using key code, nice. So display, we have right global display. We locally display. We don't even filter. Do we not filter here? Huh. So xFilter event, we also not calling that, but we definitely should call xFilter event. Like for sure. It's because it has entirely separate kind of event loop. Yeah, because this one is non-blocking, that's why we cannot do that, I think. So we should do continue. None return. All right, we get event. Let's just do this. xFilter event and none. Then what do we do? Continue. Yeah, continue. I think that's what we do. Mismatch in level of indirections wanted X event. Oh, it's not a pointer. Okay. Yeah. Should still be mostly fine. Yeah. Cool. Oh, Krita is an X11 window. I didn't know that. I have Krita opened here. And apparently it runs in X11. In Xvalent. I can close Hollow Knight, by the way. I didn't know it's an X11 window. That's fucking creepy. I was so sure it's a native Wayland application. Are we still running? Okay, we're still running. Fine. Let me push through it. Right, so we get all that. Message type. Okay, drag and drop. case key press. Oop. Case key press. Boo. Here, okay, text. We have key symbol, and above that we have text is 16 of U32. Then kind of text count XWC lookup string, right? So we need X global input context, except that X key text that data. Text that count, and then what is key sim? Oh right, we don't use key sim at all. Yeah, that's fair enough. Key sim and status. Yeah. If has text, yeah, and we do all that. So key sim is gonna be x11.status, x11.key sim. And I think it's just like that. Status and key sim. Right, we do all of that. We don't do this, but we do this. So has key sim. So what we read here is either a text or some kind of a key symbol. That's not even a text. What the hell, man? Who punched 15 years? Yeah, it's all nerves. My beard fell off because of intense stress. When you do anything related to Linux desktop programming, you lose your hair. The only reason why I still have hair on my head is because my headphones keeping it really tight together. That's the only reason why they are still intact. But there is nothing holding my beard, so it just falls off. So you've been warned. Never do any desktop programming for Linux. Yeah. But yeah, I'm like, okay, I broke everything. Text the data, mismatched, wanted, U64, U32. Wait, what? What the fuck? How does it work? You don't want to go to McDonald's. No, mid-roll ad. Hey Batman, no, it's Emacs. It's Emacs. But yeah, you can watch on YouTube if you don't want ads. Why is it work? Why is it working? Why, if Emacs is so good, why is there no new Emacs? Checkmate. Yeah, true, true, true. Why is it not complaining though? Am I dumb? Oh, type wanted U60. Oh shit. Okay. Yeah, true, true, true. YouTube chat experience is very bad. Okay, I know you haven't looked at SOCD in a while. Here's how it looks now. Right, now you can select remap opposite or neutral for key bindings. You can delete and add bindings completely from like terminal, and you see it like pulsating when you expect an input from you. Right, it finally supports numpad, and you can even add new programs you want to listen to. You have like a search box to narrow it, right? And you know, if we have all this kind of nice UI, you can like do all sorts of cool stuff. Yeah. Now Valorant players won't need to go and edit the config files by hand. Yep. It's still kind of draft UI. You can see it's not very beautiful, but I'm iterating on it. At least it's not VS Code. I mean, you want VS Code? Here's VS Code. I'm using VS Code to debug stuff. Yes, Emacs has built-in LSP client. Yeah, it has it. I rarely use it, but it does have it. So husky sim is status equals cup key sim key, oh wait, x lookup key sim or the little guy. Yeah, true. Yeah, this is the default color palette of GetRect, Jai's immediate mode UI toolkit. It has multiple themes, and this is the default one. Tus equals x lookup both. Yeah. And it has text, an actual God approving UTF Unicode text, x lookup chars. So on Windows, this would be an analog for WM char message type. Yeah. Ooh. If has text. Yes, has key sim first. No, VS Code. You're using Light Theme. Fun fact, I actually use Light Theme usually. The only reason I use Dark Theme is when I'm streaming, because when I started streaming and I was using Light Theme, the only thing people would talk about in the chat is how bad Light Theme is and how it flashbangs them. At first, I added a channel point redemption on Twitch, like change the color scheme to dark. But what would happen is that I would start stream, then in like 20 minutes somebody would redeem that. And I would have to go everywhere and change the color scheme, spending like 5 minutes. So I just gave up at some point, and when I stream, I enabled dark theme. Yeah, but when I work, I usually use light theme because I don't know, it's just what I'm used to, I guess. But overall, I don't have strong preference. It's just whatever. I have a very well lit environment, so to me it doesn't matter. But for some reason, dark text on light background just makes it easier on the eyes for me usually. Even this theme is quite light for the dark theme. It has a background that's not like pure black, and text is also, it's not pure white. It's it's with a little like yellow tint, right? So we're not talking like this situation. Or this, which is like a fruit salad. What the fuck is this blue? But yeah. If we have key sim, I don't want to assert. I mean, this will crash the program. I'm not gonna copy this assert. What do we have here? WM-char equivalent. Not quite, not quite. Yeah, I'm just gonna do all of that. I'll copy this. So if state and one of those, command meta. Does it is this exist? Comment on Mac OS, meta on Linux. Yeah, right. Alt, mod 1, Control Shift. Nice. So now we do this event type equals keyboard. We're showing that one. Key pressed equals 1, right? Key code get. I think get key code is still the right one. Yeah, I think that will still suffice. I don't want this. It probably does the same thing in focus. What do we have here? For count. All right, so this one count. I call it lookup count. Yeah. For 0 to lookup count -1, because for loops are inclusive in GUI. UTF-32 text it. Where is text? Yeah, text here is. And if UTF-32 is over than more than 32, UTF-32 not equals 127, then event text input count plus equals 1. So if there's like so what does it say if there is more than yeah, right. So if it's like a character, I guess a printable character or something, then we consider it a text input count, right? Now, if event key code equals, oh, I like this. I can, wait, didn't I do that already? Didn't I do that already? What? This is the state from X event, and this is from the key code. Okay. Yeah, a little bit different. A little bit different. Right. Right, event. Now, where array add? Literally go back to daddy, like that. Events this frame, event, nice. And then this input button states, like, yeah, there you go. Event key code, yes, key current state start or down, yeah, that's right. So this is a key seam handled. Now if has text. So it used to do this, key code to key symbol, and this is where it would get ASCII only. Right, and now we will be getting the has text situation because it can also be both text and the key symbol. For 0 to lookup count -1. If UTF-32 less than 32 or UTF-32 equals 127, so non-printable crap, just continue. Now text event. Well, it's called char event. Let's just call it char event because it used to be called char event. Event, and then char event that type equals text input, char event that key pressed equals 1, event that key code equals get key code key sim. It's a get key code, right? Yeah, it's a get key code. And char event UTF-32 equals UTF-32. Nice. And then we do array add. And that's, I think that's all there is to it. So let's compile it. And of course, X lookup symbol, I think it doesn't exist here, right? X lookup. Wait, what? Did I just not paste it correctly? Oh, it's literally doesn't exist. So I think it was defined in the same module where every other X11 stuff. Huh. Damn it! It was literally never defined. So lookup chars. So X lookup chars, also never defined. And I guess lookup both was also never defined. Yeah, all right. So we just copy that and go to X11 modules, and we find our XN input, yeah, crap, and we put it here. Yeah. Now events this frame undeclared. Wait, why is it undeclared identifier? How is that possible? It's literally this. Events. Like that. No, it's just a typo. Okay, here we go. The moment of truth. I mean, something happens, right? Something happens, and del works. I think this font doesn't have Unicode. support, let me go to my data directory. Data. See, there's like Open Sans bold. And let me just copy some font that I know for sure has the characters. Where did they put my? I have like a Windows font selection. Local share focus. Do I not have fonts? Okay, Arial. Where was it? Or font. User share fonts, Windows fonts. So CP user share fonts. Where's hack? I wonder where hack gets installed. But yeah, anyway. Where what? It's not there. User local share fonts. User local share fonts. Yeah, Windows fonts, and let's do Arial TTF. Yeah, Arial TTF, and we copy it to projects SOCD data. Yeah, Arial TTF. And now in our main, oh shit, we do Arial TTF. Look at how cute it is. SDF. Oh, does it have a different font? This is not Arial, is it? Oh, it's not Arial, it has different fucking font. Where does it get it from? What text input has font hard-coded somewhere? Font. It has theme font. Oh shit, here are the fonts. So it's probably like Carla regular or some shit. Carla. Yeah. It definitely has a default font. I mean, you gotta have some default font, that's for real. But GUI ships with a font that doesn't have Cyrillics. Come on, man. Why do you have to do me like that? Okay, what actual theme does it use though? Where does it get it? Text input. What font? Excuse me. What font does it use? So text input theme. Maybe from here. Text input, button theme, alignment, text color. Maybe it's on button theme, label theme. So maybe it uses this one. So this one has label theme, and label theme has font. Right? Yeah, it has a font. So maybe that one. So let me do that. When we need a text input theme, let me also do this. My theme, text input theme, button theme, label theme, that font equals, what is my font? Just button font. Where do I set button font? Button theme font. Okay, it's just a button theme font. Button theme font equals button font. Is this like it? Okay, yeah, that's definitely Arial. Yo, look at that, we have Unicode. Let's fucking go. Easy clap first try. Does actually Open Sans have it too? Easy clap. Open Sans bold. Wait, what? Is it Open Sans? Yeah. Yeah, it also has Russian. It's just it was hard coded. And now delete doesn't crash the text input anymore because delete isn't getting interpreted as a fucking wrong Unicode input. Whew. Let's go. Look at that. How beautiful it is. So the only issue is that in Focus we store input context per window because technically different window. Finally I can type GUI. Yes, you can, sorry, hello. Yes, I can use this with Russian games, yeah. We can do this now. And also backspace by word now works correctly because this does word selection. Yeah, we also added backspace by word. Yeah, I'm gonna format this as patches and send to John. He actually still hasn't responded to my drop-down patches. You wouldn't need delete in a memory safe language. Yes, true. So far, the only actual bug text input still has for me is that I can't reselect it, right? So, like this text input is active, but when I close it and open again, it deactivates itself. Like it flashes the cursor a little bit and then it deactivates itself because there's some weird bug on text input state that persists between re-renders and it deactivates itself somehow. Go is memory safe and has delete built in. That's probably fake news. I'm pretty sure delete is no op in Go. It's just there, you know, like stop thread in Java, you know, just no op. It's just there so people who have some sort of religious superstition can call it just to feel safe. I'm pretty sure Go doesn't actually need it. It's for removing keys from apps. Ah, so it's fake delete. So it doesn't actually delete stuff. It probably marks them for deletion so that garbage collector can then collect them all, right? It's similar to del keyword in Python. It probably doesn't actually delete shit. It just contributes to garbage collection stutter at the end of the event loop. Yeah. But I'm like super cooked. I'm just happy this worked. Yeah, next time I want to do something beautiful here instead of using drop downs because they're, you know, look a bit corporate and they cut out the words. I want to do something like this, like have a nice arrow that you can click and, you know, would have like cool mnemonics. Those are built in. Yeah, I mean, it removes it from a map, but the thing itself persists in memory, right? And it probably gets marked or unrefed or something. Let's check if my program still works, if I didn't fuck anything up. Oh, I also need to add an event for keyboard layout change so that I recalculate. What? Bro. What the fuck? I couldn't. Let me launch it again. So it doesn't listen to me. I can't make it not full screen. Wait, what? Shift? Oh shit! Did I? Oh no, shift is just my focus button in Hollow Knight. I got super confused. Hollow Knight got cooked. I can't move it around. Can I do this? It forces full screen now. Whatever, it should still work. Let's just try it out. If SOCD logic is intact. I can't do anything, did I? FG, AD. Did I do something? Okay, AD pressed, we do that. Hollow Knight focused. Nothing works. Nothing works like at all. Okay, escape works. And U works. Huh. Okay, escape works. But I can't walk. Did I remap something? Left. Oh, when I press A, nothing happens. That's something new. What did I do? You escape FG. Let's delete that. No, A totally works in... Oh, now I can... Okay, now suddenly I can do this. So... It doesn't get sent into the program. How did they manage to break it? Let me close the program and launch it again. AD, okay. Wait. 7... Does it work if I just close it? Oh! The keyboard in game doesn't work at all. The game is cooked. But why? Huh, the game is cooked. Okay, space works, but A and D somehow not? What the fuck is happening with Hollow Knight? What? Did I? Okay, no, the keys are totally working here. I can type them. Did I like... Is there some process that's still dangling? Wait. No. Do I still have my virtual keyboard by any chance? Um, 29th, no. Let's see. Proc. Virtual, no. Or, no SOCD. Okay, yeah. How did it manage to break it? So let's launch it. It just doesn't listen for keys somehow. But only for specific keys. Okay, now it works. What the fuck was that? Now it works. What? Did I maybe screw it up when I was trying to drag it around and something happened to it? Okay, let me run the program now. Oh, what if maybe me adding input method somehow screwed it up? No, it still works. Was it somehow a one-off situation or what? Yeah, okay, here my turn. Yeah, it works. It totally works now. I don't fucking know what was that. I actually had that. I had that on Windows once in Hollow Knight. So you can have that on Windows when you change patches. Like if you play in 1.2.1, then you switch to the current patch and then you switch back, something gets fucked in Windows registry. And you just can't move your character without cleaning up the registry for the game. I didn't know this can happen on Linux. Okay, and mappings for, so I press P, it jumps, I press L, jumps, I press U, we get escape, and I get those turnarounds, up, down, and yeah. Okay, maybe that's what happened. But I didn't know it can happen on Linux, because on Linux there is no registry. I guess if there's no registry, then it stores some shit in just text files, and maybe those also get corrupted somehow. No, it's native Linux one. This is a native Unity build for Linux. So it doesn't run in Vine, nothing like that. But okay, yeah, our program still works. I can still do Unicode. Oh, okay, I crashed because it was right bounds check insert. Yeah, so it probably doesn't do mixed Unicode and ASCII, I think. Right? Oh, look at that. We have Russian letters because Russian layout. Right, I can type in Russian, I can type in English, but I think if I... Yeah, if I try to insert Russian at the beginning of the string, then it crashes. Yeah, okay. Maybe it also will do like that with English. So if I try to... Oh, so if you insert non-ASCII character to the beginning of the string, it crashes. Right? Yeah. I mean, Hollow Knight is a Unity game, and Unity actually has a decent cross-platform support. To the point that a lot of people, I know actually a lot of people who just use Unity for desktop, for developing desktop applications so they can run cross-platform way. I know people who develop desktop applications for like corporate clients, you know, like serious enterprise clients, and it's actually a Unity app. And they use like Unity 2D UI interface capabilities to do actual UI like spreadsheet type of stuff. I mean, you're saying it's a bad idea, but Epic Game Store, Epic Game Store, it's an Unreal Engine program. If you manage to crash it, you actually get Unreal Engine crash pop-up handler. So it's not like it's some kind of a unique thing to do. I mean, I think I agree. I think Electron is probably better if you want desktop application.
We're talking about stuff.
But yeah, I'm totally cooked. I don't know if I will push to fix this Unicode insert at the beginning of this text. Maybe I will, so that my patch is kind of, complete. I can send it. I'll rate Henry, aka Hero Dev. He's doing some programming. HK is Hollow Knight. Yeah, I'm gonna be raiding Henry. He's a cool game dev. He's doing like game engines from scratch without any libraries. Also on Linux, by the way. Meanwhile, you can raid my shit. Here's like shield command. You can watch streams on YouTube if you don't want ads because it's not monetized for now. You can join my Discord for stream notifications, and Twitter is like the place where I shit post. Feel free to ignore it. And yeah, thanks everyone for watching. I'm super tired, but also satisfied. We took a big W with this Epic Unicode support for X11. I know it's kind of a reused effort, but I mean, you know, we provided value for the people once, we can do it again. But yeah, thanks everyone. Thanks for the support, and I'll see you, I think, tomorrow, if I'm not too tired. Yeah, bye.
Some kind of holes in here.